Laura Sabanel, a young transgender woman, has traveled from New Mexico to San Francisco, California in search of her identity as a woman and the operation which she so dearly wants. She meets several transgender women there, called transsexuals at the time. And her friend Nicole convinces her to come to a gay bar called The Make, because all the girls go there. And maybe you should consider dating if you want to be a woman. So here's Laura, a fish out of water, who chronicles her life in poetry. The Make. We hear disco music come up strongly as lights fade out on Earthquake Press and come up on the crowd at The Make. The lighting is subdued and the whole area is speckled with flashing lights and dots of light from a mirrored ball. The crowd, mostly dressed as women, and some are women, are dancing frantically to the disco beat. The dancers drift aside just enough for us to see Laura sitting at a cabaret table and writing in her composition book. We hear her recorded voice. Among Amazons. An innocent among Amazons, writing poetry in the dark. I strain my assaulted eyes and mind to place myself in a world, any world. I wonder at that. But I know why I bloom on the wall and construct my own hell. Laura looks around at the writhing bodies. She turns a page in her composition book and writes as we hear her words. The dancers engulf her and we see them dancing during the poem. Toward the end of the poem, the dancers part enough for us to see Laura completing her writing. 1977. It's 1977 and still you can cut the grass smoke with an axe. Bodies reeling, weaving, dipping, rocking and sliding toward oblivion. The world on the verge of what? More tomorrows? Certainly. It will do its 5 billion revolutions. It will last the sun. We can sleep our nights in peace for that, but for that only. All else looms a blank. All will pass this week or next or the third millennium. But now, oh, but the now, speck in time, a moment's eternity. This is the eve of what hidden dawn. The whole 4 billion souls wait for a trolley already late. Laura looks at her poem for a moment, rips the page out of the book, wads it up, and tosses it over her shoulder. Thinks better of it, and searches for it amid the dancing feet. She finally gives up, sits on her bar stool, puts away her pen and composition book into her purse, pulls out a paperback book and reads it. A very shortish, straight-looking middle-aged man in a business suit and holding a trench coat sits on the stool beside her. After a while, he tries to make conversation. Businessman. Good book? Laura does not speak, but shows him the cover of the book and continues reading. Oh, looking for Mr. Goodbar. Waiting for someone? Not you. Can I buy you a drink? No. Are you for real? A woman, I mean. What? Well, are you? Of course. No, you're not really, are you? Yes, I am. Now please, leave me alone. Well, let's prove it then. He kisses Laura violently on the mouth while he reaches under her skirt, and suddenly he yells in pain and jumps back from his bar stool. The dancers stop to see what is happening. You damn near bit my tongue off! This bitch tried to bite my tongue off! The bouncer, a large man in a motorcycle jacket and a ponytail, removes the businessman with his trench coat from the room. They exit. Nicole Mason breaks through the crowd and crosses to Laura, who is stunned from the incident. You all right, Laura? Hey, that creep deserved what he got, you know? I'm proud of you for fighting back like that. I would have hurt him a lot lower than his tongue, but you did all right for yourself, girl. Laura, there's this nice guy who's been asking about you. He's all right, believe me. Nicole makes a come here motion to someone. Jeffrey, a shortish, quiet young man in a trench coat, walks out of the crowd to the bar. Nicole. Laura, this is Jeffrey. Jeffrey, Laura. Jeffrey says, would you like to dance, Laura? Sure, why not? Laura and Jeffrey leave their coats on the table and find a space in the crowd and dance to the music. Nicole, satisfied she has made a match, finds a dancing partner, and they disappear into the throng. Laura is tentative at first, but eventually seems to enjoy herself. When the song ends, she and Jeffrey find and sit at the table. You're a good dancer. I don't get much practice. Is it okay if I order a drink for you? I don't drink, Jeffrey. Really? Neither do I. How about a Coke? Okay. I'll be right back. He crosses to the bar and orders from the bartender. Nicole finds her way through the crowd and approaches Laura. Girl, you looked good dancing out there. Didn't I tell you Jeffrey was all right? You kind of hit it off with him, didn't you? He's all right. Sandy Eddy and her boyfriend David dance by. Sandy is drunk, hanging on David's neck for support. Hey, Nicole and Laura. I knew that, Laura. Getting out to the old make, huh? Oh, Laura, this is my David. Not Michelangelo's David, but my David. Hi. Hello, Laura. Come on, Sandy. I think it's time we got home. Just one more boogie, please, babe. Just one more. All right, just one. Oh, Dave and I are gonna boogie one more boogie and go. See you folks later. Later. Goodbye. Sandy and David disappear into the crowd, dancing as Jeffrey returns with the Cokes. Oh, here, Laura. Hands her one. Thanks. Oh, hi, Nicole. I was just leaving. Have fun, kids. Nicole finds a partner and dances off into the crowd. Laura and Jeffrey sit at the table. There's a long pause before Laura breaks the ice. Are you originally from San Francisco, Jeffrey? Yes. There's another awkward pause. You're the first native I've met. There's another awkward pause, and Laura says, you're the first real native I've met. Do you live in the city? Yes. What kind of work do you do? I work in my father's hardware store. And that's interesting. Do you have any hobbies? Yes, I do magic. I'm really very good. I hardly drop anything anymore. Laura? Yes, Jeffrey? I never asked anyone to do this before, but I feel like I could do it with you. Laura, Jeffrey we just met. Don't you think? I want you to be my beautiful assistant in my magic act. That's very flattering, Jeffrey, but I'm not a performer. As a matter of fact, I'll teach you, unless you don't want to see me anymore. That's not true, Jeffrey. It's just that we just met. I'm too aggressive, right? Let's just take things a step at a time. Does that mean you'll go out with me sometime? I'd like that. Next week? Well, okay. Here, I'm not really a bar person. Do you know Her Majesty's restaurant? Yes, I eat there all the time. Oh, we could go someplace nicer. I don't mind spending more on you. You're worth it. Thank you. Her Majesty's will be fine. I can afford a more expensive restaurant. Really, I can. It's not every day I meet a queen as sweet as you. A what? Queen? Oh, what would you prefer to be called? Try Laura or woman. Even girl would be a step in the right direction. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. No, I'm sure you didn't. I've got to get out of here. Laura passes Nicole, who is dancing with a flamboyant young man named Tyrone near the downstage edge of the room. Jeffrey stands by the table, confused and disappointed. Nicole. Hi, Laura. Girl, I'd like you to meet... We've been here more than 2 hours already. Nicole, I'm going home. What is it, girl? I thought you and Jeffrey was getting along all right. I don't want to talk about it. You don't have to leave. It's only 2 blocks to our building. The moon's almost full. Laura, I can't let you go back home, especially not with that killer around and all. Look, just give me a few minutes and we'll both go. Nick will be glad to get home early anyway. He's sitting and drinking at a table somewhere back there. He hates crowds and dancing. All right, a few minutes. I won't be long, girl. Just gotta say goodbye to a few folks. Turning to the man beside her. Laura, have you met Tyrone? She's an old friend of mine from ages ago. She? Laura, that's just the way I talk about her. It's like a custom here. Just a friendly thing, you know. And I'm her and she the same way he is. Just another queen around here. No, girl, it ain't the same. It's like 2 different languages. Laura, you're... Good night, Nicole. Nicole shrugs and dances with Tyrone. Laura forces her way through the dancing crowd and exits. In the process, on the far side of the crowd, maybe just off stage and downstage center, indicating the street outside, she knocks over the slasher in an overcoat with its collar obscuring his face. An object falls onto the floor and Tyrone is there to pick it up. Hey lover, here's your box cutter. Be careful with that thing. Dances away with Nicole. The slasher, without saying a word, puts away the box cutter and orders a drink at the bar. Everyone else continues dancing until the music and the lights fade out. Among Amazons.